Going on, guys? It's Sleeveless Mike of Raw Dog Sports back for day 11 of 32 mock drafts in a row. So that means we are on to the Dolphins, and that means that there is a lot of things to talk about. That team is going to be completely different. They basically are completely different, and I do not expect them to try to compete this year. So this draft is going to be very much simple in my mind in terms of let's just go best player available. But there are a lot of picks because they've traded away a lot of players. They've released guys. So let's rip it to get this thing going. I got a new one here. The tribute cherry lime to all of our guys overseas right now. Thank you for what you're doing. Get home safe. Uh, Appreciate everything. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. As a veteran myself, I can't wait for you guys to get home. I don't want to get this thing into any political talk, so we're gonna just take a left turn here and let's talk about the fucking Dolphins because there's a ton of shit to talk about. We are pick 11 and some. They have multiple first round picks, 7 rounds. PFF big board stays the same. All of these stay the same as well. We're not making any adjustments. So let's get into it. Starting off with pick 1, starting the draft. Mendoza goes 1, Arvell Reese 2, Jeremiah Love 3, Sonny Styles 4, Caleb Downs 5, Reuben Bain 6, David Bailey 7, Carnell Tate 8, Mansour Delane 9, Dylan Theinman 10. I thought about doing that yesterday. I did not. And now on the clock at 11. Wide receiver is obviously a huge need for them. You have Mekhi Lemon on the board right here. There are questions about Mekhi Lemon in terms of maybe some of the character things after the way his media avail went during the combine. He looked like he was hired in draft balls to me. And I guess in the last few days, he's come out and said, I'm not going to worry about what anybody's saying. I just let the media create their own narrative. And okay, I can understand some of that a little bit, but man, I feel like this is one of those things you'd want to get out ahead of because the conversation's not good. So Mekhi Lemon could be in play here. Jordan Tyson also in play here. You worry about the injuries, and I can always attack, wide receiver later on in this draft. I got a pick at 30 here that I can address wide receiver. So here I have a lot of needs on a Dolphins team because listen, they have gone and basically just reset the whole fucking squad. Uh their their offseason moves include they traded Jalen Waddle in a 4th round pick for a first, a third, and a fourth. They signed Malik Willis, but that's also because they cut Tua, so there's huge dead cap there. They cut Bradley Chubb in a post June 1 designation. They released Alex Ingold and Jason Sanders. They released Tyreek Hill, Nick Westbrook, Akeen, and James Daniels. Like this team is just getting rid of every asset they have and accumulating picks to build for the future. They could use fucking everything on the board. But I talked about him yesterday. I did it yesterday for the Bengals. I'm going to do it again here for the Dolphins. Guard is a need. Their offensive line, not great either. Left tackle, Patrick Paul. Jonah, I don't know how to say his last name. Savanae. Aaron Brewer, Jamari Sawyer, and Austin Jackson is your starting 5 offensive line. Taking any offensive lineman is good. Now, I have a choice here between Francis Maui Noah at 11, who I can't believe he has fallen this far, or Ione Vega, or Vega Ione. Jeez. So I'm going to go with Big Ione. I think he's the best offensive lineman in this draft, regardless of position. I'm there's a need. Let's improve the offensive line. You got to build everything. Malik Willis has nobody to throw to and a terrible offensive line protecting him. Perfect. Denzel Boston on the board here at 30. Fucking slam dunk. Not even a question. Need a receiver. You trade away Jalen Waddle. You fucking release Tyreek Hill. You need a guy. Go get one right here in Denzel Boston at 30. Makes 100% sense in my mind. Now, back on the clock. They need defensive back. So all of the defensive backs. You got Cisse, you got Pons, you got Chris Johnson at the ready. We can go best player available. Now it's who do you like? Do you like Cisse? Really, you know, wants to come up, being willing tackler. Targeted only 38 times, gave up 18 receptions. Little bit down in his coverage this year, but really fucking good the last 2 years, right? So it's all kind of there for Cisse. You get D'Angelo Pons, you get a high level producer, but you worry maybe about the size at 5'9, 173. He's almost certainly going to be a nickel, but played mostly on the outside in college. Chris Johnson fucking blew up this year and locked motherfuckers down. Allowed a 16.1% passer rating. That's ridiculous. Now, that is over 1 year, though. That has not been the way it has always been for him. He's been able to be got in the past. But he took a huge step forward this year. For me, out of this whole group, I know you worry about the size a little bit. And before I do D'Angelo Pons, because if I pick one of the corners, that's where I'm going. Let me look at the safeties. I can get Kamari Ramsey, hopefully, with my next pick. I don't want Halsey. So, yeah, I'm going to go with D'Angelo Pons. Right here in this average range, I understand the size limitations. I completely understand why people would be worried. He's a fucking really, really good football player, man. So, D'Angelo Pons, 43 to the Dolphins. Ooh. Boom. Kamari Ramsey on the board. That's where I said I wanted to go with my next pick. He is still there. We need defensive back help. Kamari Ramsey, talked about him on yesterday's video. Pretty decent year. Listen, this is a guy that can be moved all around. You see, he's deep safety, box. He plays in the slot. He's like a big nickel. Kamari Ramsey is one of those chess piece guys, very similar to maybe a Minka Fitzpatrick. Feels like a logical fit to bring a Kamari Ramsey in here to Miami and help improve that defense. Listen, all they need is players. They need good players. Kamari Ramsey is one. All right, rolling right along into man. Oh, well, we have lost a couple of receivers. We have the need for a couple of receivers. Ted Hurst is a fucking dog. He was the best receiver at Senior Bowl, and it wasn't necessarily close in my opinion. I thought he was by far the best receiver at Senior Bowl. Georgia State, I understand, small school. You worry about the competition. He proved that he can do it at Senior Bowl. Like the dude is a fucking absolute weapon. So getting him here, 87. PFF is going to hate this at the end because they're going to say it's an overdraft. I could probably get him with the next pick at 90, but I'm not going to risk it, man. If you get a guy, if you have a guy that you identify that you really like, you have him here, you go out and you get him. Dolphins are going to do that right now with Ted Hurst. And back on the clock at 90. All right. Offensive line could be addressed. I got one guard earlier. I mean, I could get another guard. I could get a whole bunch of things for this team. So we went guard, wide receiver, corner, safety, wide receiver. Oh, let's see. You know, offensive line is a need. I know they bring back Dulcich, but man, Sam Roush, nah. I, because Dulcich is more an inline guy as well. They need a fucking guy that they can move around. They need more weapons, or they need to protect. We're gonna go with a Jake Slaughter here. Really good starting center, has been in the system for a long time, played a shitload of football. And if you look at the numbers here, the hurries this year, low, sack numbers relatively low, doesn't give up a ton of inside pressure. That's huge. The grades out well. You don't necessarily love the size power ratio here, but they already have kind of a slight center in Miami. I think he might be less than 300. Aaron Brewer, 6'1", 295. I mean, so he's bigger than Aaron Brewer. And with what they do with Asha, I think this might be a good fit. I'm going to go with Jake Slaughter here and help improve that offensive line. And we're back on the clock at 94. Like I can get anything and everything I want. I can take a flyer on a quarterback. I'm not going to because they just paid Malik Willis for 3 years. And they have Quinn Ewers behind him. I've addressed wide receiver, offensive line. So let's look to improve that defensive line. Rashawn Benny sitting right here. I mean, this feels like it's a great fit for what Miami wants to do. Good run stopper, played at Michigan, tough defense that they've been playing. Miami's defense could use all the help they can get. Like I said earlier, they just need talent and players because they have basically fucking hit the reset button on that entire roster. So Sean Benny right here, going to pick 94. I should have moved this back so we can get, there we go. Pick 130, back up on the clock. Plenty of places to still go. Let's go corner again here, I think. Jalen Kilgore. Talked about him in the past. Another guy that can move around all over the place. The fact that you see some deep safety here, I mean, played some safety. Come up, willing tackler. Let's improve that defense more. Jalen Kilgore to the Dolphins. I did it again. I didn't move it back. All right, now 151 on the clock. We got 3 more picks here. Ugh. Guys, if you've been tuning in to these, thank you very much. If you are still here on this one, take a quick second. Hit that subscribe button right below. We got 3 more picks here for the Miami Dolphins. And, there are a billion things that you could continue to ask for. This team is not great. 5th round, we're looking for depth. Austin Barber. We did bring in the center from Florida. Maybe we bring in his teammate, guys that have worked together in the past. They'll have at least a little bit of, familiarity. You're not going to expect this guy to come in and compete and start right away, probably. But offensive line is one of those places where continuity is wildly important. You can draft a couple of guys here without reaching for them that give you that and can help maybe improve that offensive line down the road. So we're going to go Austin Barber right here at pick 151. Going down to pick 227. Wide receiver is a need. I've already addressed it with Denzel Boston and Ted Hurst. Those are a bigger receiver. Ted Hurst is your average size receiver, more of a really good route runner, strong fucking hands. Um, the slot though could maybe find itself occupied by a guy like Eli Heidenreich right here. I mean, so their wide receiver core: Malik Washington, Jalen Tolbert, Tutu Atwell. Those are all kind of very wide receivers to begin with. They're all like smaller type guys, really, as well. I mean, Jalen Tolbert's a little taller, but like Tutu Atwell ain't big. Malik Washington ain't fucking big. We did go out and get a couple of those bigger guys. So I don't know that you necessarily need a slot since you bring in a Tutu Atwell. Can I then get another fucking F by picking Canada again? I don't know. Um, who is what does their running back room look like behind Ashe? Jalen Wright, Ollie Gordon. So you don't necessarily need a thumper because you got a thumper. Just hasn't done a whole lot yet. You know what? I just saw it. There we go. Here it is. Riley Nowakowski. I did not know hardly shit about this guy until the other day when Evo had brought him up. He's going to be probably more of a fullback, H-back, kind of gets moved around all the time. He says he's a tight end. Uh, I feel like you can probably go out and get this guy and use him in a fashion that Alex Ingold was maybe used in a little bit. Out of the backfield, you can have him line up at tight end. You can use this guy all over the place. We're gonna go Riley Nowakowski here to finish it off for the Miami Dolphins. Oh no, I got one more. I got 238. I'm sorry. We are not done yet. One more. Oh, where do we go here? I mean, none of these guys are like standing out like, let's go get this dude. I like this guy. And at this point in the draft, I mean, 238, you're not really going to end up with money of those guys. So, down here after a big year last year, Kamari Ramsey teammate. I mean, it's been down, up, down. Can you find a way to get some consistency out of a DJ Harvey? If not, maybe you get some special teams out of him. Let's go corner here. Defensive back has been in need. We'll finish that off. DJ Harvey, and we'll see how PFF grades this bad boy. Yeah. So Vega Ione, they don't like it. I should have taken Francis Maui. Noah, I would be okay. I understand that. It's a way better like suggestion than what they gave me yesterday. But we go Vega Ione, C plus. Denzel Boston, A. D'Angelo Pons, A minus. Kamari Ramsey, B. Ted Hurst, B. Jake Slaughter, C plus. Sean Benny, B minus. Jalen Kilgore, A minus. Austin Barber, B minus. Riley Nowakowski, C plus. DJ Harvey, B plus. Top 57% of Dolphins draft with an overall draft grade of a B. Not bad. Not bad. That's a lot of picks. And guess what? They need a lot of motherfuckers because they've basically hit the reset button. Whew, man. The Dolphins have got an interesting year ahead of them. I don't see them competing a lot, but if they bring in a haul like this and Malik Willis can kind of turn into a decent starting quarterback, we've seen them maybe win with some subpar talent, but whole new coaching staff, we will see. But Dolphins fans, let me know how I did. Do you like this draft? Do you hate this draft? Would you have gone Maui Noah at the top? Do you like Ione better? I know I do. Anybody who has been tuning into these, thank you very much. Time is the most valuable thing that you have. So anytime you give some to me or anybody associated with Raw Dog Sports or the No Sleeves Network, I am forever grateful. I will be back tomorrow with pick 12, and I'll see you then. But I'm gonna get the hell out of here. See ya.